First off, thanks for joining me today. If this is your first time to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you considered subscribing and liking the video if you like the content, and definitely share it if it's helpful to you. Today's issue is something important. It's a question I get asked a lot, and it's, Steve, where do I go to get the PVM or BVM? How do I find a great deal on a Sony CRT, or any CRT really? And obviously you can go get one from places like eBay, Craigslist, but today I want to talk to you about another online auction site that you maybe have never heard of. We're going to go ahead and look at that inside in a minute, and I just want to remind everybody that this auction site, you know, it is for my area specifically, but there's probably something out there like this for you in your specific area, wherever you happen to live, or maybe even near your area. There's a lot of good things you can learn from today's video. I'm looking at a Sony PVM, which I'm thinking about buying. This auction's about to end in 5 minutes, so I thought I'd bring you on to see this. So again, I live near a big city, and the government in the city has a auction website where they auction off all kinds of random stuff they either seize through drug busts, or they also sell office equipment, computers, all kinds of random stuff. And honestly, they regularly have CRTs show up. A lot of the time they're really nice consumer CRTs that have been somewhere in like a computer lab or a classroom. They'll show up with a PVM, and today we've got one here. So let's just go ahead now and get a closer look here while I'm thinking about putting a higher bid on this. So let's attempt to zoom in here a little bit. This is a 13-inch. It's jerky, I'm sorry, that's probably from the LCD screen on the computer, but you can see it's up to about $40. It's not tested. I originally bid on it $40, and somebody's come along and knocked me off the bid. It's got 4 minutes remaining. I'm going to go ahead and put in another bid. I'm not sure how much, maybe 75 would be my max on this one. It's a 1354Q. Does power up, but of course there's mine, for example, is Nashville. So they might have an e-bid site for your web, for the city near you, or it might just be run by a different company or them in-house. So let's just watch this thing go down. But this is a great way to try to get either PVMs from at a wholesale price, or possibly even you know, even getting another consumer CRT. They come on here all the time. If you want a consumer CRT, I mean, there were 4 really nice Panasonic consumer CRTs that were early 2000s. I saw last week 4 set of them that went for under $5. So if you're looking to do something like RGB mod a TV, they were all for the same TV. So if you messed up on one, you'd have a chance to 3 chances again to get it right. So my strategy here is just to let this auction get all the way down within maybe 30 seconds and then put in a bid. But I just want people to see that. Like I said, most of the stuff on the site is not going to be PVMs, but the only thing I do notice is like it shows me a picture that says it was powered on. They don't know whether it works. They don't have anything to test it with. Seems to be like right in the mid-90s, maybe 95, 96. I couldn't really tell exactly on the back panel here. I don't see any screen, you know, blemishes on this thing, so it seems to be pretty good. So I think it's worth taking a shot on it, but I just wanted to show everybody this. So let's just keep hanging out here. Okay, so the auction's down to the final minute here, and I'm going to, again, try to bid on this thing. It's at $44 right now. I'm just going to probably put in a bid. I always try to do an off number because usually somebody bids like 75, so if I want to do 76, I think that's probably about my max bid for this thing. I'm not sure, just out of taking a chance on it, not even testing it. But keep an eye on these things. If you can find one of these, even if it's a city that's an hour or 2 away from you, bigger cities probably have something like this because they have to get rid of this equipment. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit this place bid button. So again, I'm going to wait until we get down to the last 20 seconds, and that way look at this. Constantly look at Craigslist. You never know. I've actually bought some off Craigslist before too, and person bid up higher than that. Unbelievable. And that just got it to a 5-minute. Alright, so I put in that bid, and apparently, since it was so close to his number, it increased the time for 5 more minutes. The bid's at $82 right now. I might put one more bid in there. I don't know. I mean, the guy's going to have to pay if he wants it. So I'm going to, like, let's take a break here and see what happens in 4 minutes. The auction's back down to under a minute again. And like I said, I've never seen that happen before, where you put a bid in and then it gives you 5 more minutes after you put the bid in. It restarts the clock. So again, I've never gotten into like a bidding war with anybody on this, so we'll just see how this goes. We're coming down to 30 seconds. My high bid right now is $89. I'm putting it right now. Let's see what happens. All right, you're the highest bidder. No, $92 is the highest bidder, and it kicked it back out to 5 more minutes. So I don't know what this guy's max bid is, but that's really more than I'm wanting to pay for this thing. Now I know some people might say, oh, that's worth a lot more than that. Not much more than that. It could be fried. Could have colors going out on it. So I was hoping to get this thing up for $60 or less, but really getting up to $100 is just too much. I mean, we'll put. Oh, well, okay, so his max bid was $89 because I just put 92 and it went over. So, gosh, I don't really want to pay $1 more than that. So if he outbids me, he can have it. I don't want to pay any more than $92 for this thing. I just did that to see if he was going to pay more than that. But let's just see. I just wanted to, of course, you know, what a fun live auction. Let's take a look at that countdown, 3 minutes. Let's come back when it's done or resets the clock. Okay, so we're back here right at about the end of this auction, I think. It's got 30 seconds to go. If I get outbid on this thing, I am not bidding again. I will not pay over $89 for an untested Sony PVM. I mean, at least I know this turns on. It's probably fine. I imagine the reason they're getting rid of it is just because they've had it sitting around somewhere, not because it's broken. But this one might actually go. We're coming down to 10 seconds, and let's see what happens. We'll see if anybody pushes the bid. If they do, it'll pop back to 5 more minutes. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. So we're 3, 2, 1, done. Updating, auction closed. And there we go. Yours truly has won the auction. Okay, so there you go. We won the auction. We won the auction. Well, there you have it. We win the auction, so we get another PVM. Live PVM shopping here. Please do some research in your area. See if there's anything like this near you. Even if it's a couple hours away, drive time, it might be the best opportunity for you to find a PVM. Now, I'm thinking somebody else obviously knew, found this and is hunting and caused this to go up, because there's no reason that they must be looking. So more people must be looking into this stuff and trying to get one of these. Or it should have gone for probably $30 to $50 less than what I ended up paying for it. I don't think $89 is a bad price. If it works fine, then I'll probably do a series where I recap it, clean it, and get it working good. It's a perfect match to the 1954 Q I've still got in my shop. But what I'll do now is we'll seal up this auction, close out. And what I'm going to do next is I'll take you guys on the hunt. It'll be a short video. When we see the PVM, we'll take it home, we'll test it and see how it works. Hopefully it works good. Or we might have just gotten and lost some money. But anyway, that's it for today's Retro Tech. I hope you might have learned something, or at least some tips on how to maybe buy a PVM or shop for a PVM. I'm Steve, and have a great rest of your day.